What if the Bible wasn't just a religious book, but a spiritual map? What if the answers you've been searching for have been hidden in plain sight? Not to punish or confuse you, but to awaken you when the time was right. That time might be now. A deeper way to read. Most of us were taught to read the Bible like a rulebook, black and white, right and wrong, heaven or hell. But what if it was never meant to be read that way? What if, instead of a rule book, it was a coded guide, one written in symbols, stories, and hidden truths designed to bypass the mind and speak directly to your spirit? The ancient world understood something we've forgotten. Truth doesn't need to be loud. It needs to be alive. And the scriptures were never just words. They were keys. Eyes to see, ears to hear. Over and over, Yeshaya said, "Let those with eyes to see and ears to hear understand." He wasn't talking about physical eyes and ears. He was talking about spiritual perception, about awakening from surface level thinking. That line wasn't just poetic. It was a warning. If you're still reading the stories literally, you're missing the deeper truth. Clues hidden in plain sight. The Bible and many ancient texts are filled with clues, not random details, but deeply symbolic codes meant to stir memory in your soul. Think about it. A serpent in a garden, a tree of life at the center, a man swallowed by a great fish, a woman clothed with the sun. These are not literal historic events. They are spiritual archetypes, mirrors of what's happening inside you. The serpent, for example, has long represented wisdom, Kundalini energy, and transformation. But religion taught us to fear it. The tree of life, that's not just an ancient plant. It's the divine pattern of the soul, a map of consciousness hidden right in plain sight. As we continue through this series, we'll revisit many of these Bible stories with new eyes, spiritual eyes. And you'll begin to see that what you were taught in Sunday school was only the surface. When you stop looking through the lens of religious fear and start looking with spiritual vision, everything changes. Why the truth was hidden. So why was the truth hidden? Because in a world built on control, truth becomes dangerous. Freedom must be veiled until the seeker is ready. Not to keep it from you, but to protect it until you remember. Over time, churches, empires, and institutions turned a living, breathing map into a rigid set of rules. They locked truth inside rituals. They silenced the mystics. They told us to memorize verses instead of living the message. But here's the beautiful part. The real teachings never disappeared. They were just tucked away into symbols, parables, visions, dreams, even metaphors. Not buried to be lost, but planted, like seeds, waiting for your spirit to awaken and seek. You wouldn't hand sacred knowledge to someone who's not ready to hold it, and neither would the Most High Father. Reclaiming the map. You don't need a new religion. You don't need to follow a guru or adopt a system. What you need is courage. Courage to ask, what if everything I was taught isn't the full picture? And humility to let Spirit show you something deeper. When you stop asking, what does this mean? And start asking, what is this revealing in me? The map begins to open. Every story becomes a mirror. Every symbol becomes a step. And every verse becomes a doorway, not to more belief, but to direct knowing. The Bible is no longer a book you follow. It becomes a book that unfolds within you. You were never meant to follow the map blindly. You were meant to embody it, to read it with your soul and walk it with the Spirit. And once you do, the illusions fall away. The fear, the guilt, the shame, and what's left is a direct connection to truth. In the next episode, we're going to talk about something foundational to your journey, the secret place, that quiet space within you where real transformation begins. Some call it meditation, others call it stillness, but Yeshaya called it the place of prayer in secret, and it is the doorway to divine encounter. We'll explore what it is, how to access it, and why it's the one place religion can't reach. So be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and follow along, because this journey is only just beginning. Until next time, be blessed, and keep remembering who you are. Namaste.